The biggest lessons I've learned in my life are here. Through different topics, I'm going to inspire and motivate you to reach your success and your dreams. I'm so grateful that you're here on Journey to Success. So let's enjoy my next episode together. Hi guys, my name is Fabio from the Fabio Podcast, Journey to Success, and welcome. Today we're going to talk about this book, and I'm sure most of the people know it. The name is Think and Grow Rich. This book has been written by Napoleon Hill, and we should talk about Napoleon Hill. Did we talk about it? I don't think we talked about it. So we have to talk. And I'm going to take this reassume from storyshots.com. Getstoryshots.com. And yeah, let's start to understand better this book, what Napoleon Hill was talking about it. If it was right or not, for sure was right, otherwise it would have sold so many copies. So let's see. Let's start to read. Life gets busy. As a Think and Grow Rich been gathering dust on your bookshelf, instead pick up the key ideas now. We're scratching the surface here. If you don't already have the book, order the book or get the audiobook for free to learn the juicy details. Okay, this is more promotion from the website. But let's go. So Napoleon Hill's perspective. Napoleon Hill was an American self-help author. His books focused on specific principles for personal and financial success. He began his career as a journalist before becoming an advisor to President Franklin D. Roosevelt. It was a meeting with Andrew Carnegie that inspired his self-help career. He used his knowledge from this interview to write books on business success and making money. Many of his self-help books remain as relevant now as they were before his death. 1970. All right. Okay. Introduction. Think and Grow Rich examines the psychological power of positive thought. Napoleon Hill delves into the importance of our thought patterns for our success. Successful people from the past combine positive thoughts with persistence and education. They surrounded themselves with supportive colleagues. We will all fail when seeking our life goals, but those willing to keep trying will become successful. Published during the Great Depression, Think and Grow Rich was highly successful. To date, it has sold more than 15 million copies. This makes it one of the top 10 best-selling self-help books of all time. In 2007, Business Week ranked the book as the 6th best-selling business paperback. Okay, story short, achievements need detailed planning and attainable goals. Set your mind on a definite goal and observe how quickly the world stands aside to let you pass. Napoleon Hill, that's one of his quotes. So the way to become successful is to know what you want to achieve. So if you have a clear vision about it, of course, it's going to be easier for you to achieve that goal. Without clear goal, we cannot start our journey towards success. Define your personal goals as precisely as possible. If you hope to become rich, you should define how much money you wish to earn by a certain age. These goals will help you understand how much you will have to invest to reach your main goal. This is very important because I know a lot of people, but also me, up some time ago, did not have a clear vision about the specific goal to achieve. I mean, we all want to become successful and maybe, just an example, become rich or become an influencer or be rich. But this is not enough, okay? It's not enough at all. So you have to have a proper plan, a vision about what you want to do in your life, and certainly about which kind of thing you want to do. What is your future position, what you really want to become, okay? Sometimes say, I want to be rich or I want to be an influencer is not enough. I mean, we have to be more specific. If your goal is clear, so then it's clearer also the path you want to choose for that goal. Let's go forward. After identifying a goal and giving it a time frame, you will want to outline a plan. This plan should incorporate a step-by-step approach to attaining your final goal. Once you have this plan, you need to act. Start immediately. But am I recording, guys? Yes. Or not? Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Okay, so I will say these recommendations will help keep you motivated and focused on the next milestone. Eventually, you will achieve your final goal. Also, this is very important. This is very good. I mean, you have first to define your main goal, all right? So let's say that your main goal is, let's say I want to become an influencer, a food influencer or a food blogger. No, I'm just saying. But between what you say and the main goal, it is also important to have small goals on the path. So in this way, you get also satisfied when you reach these small steps, because otherwise you spend too much energy, you spend too much time on the main goal. This main goal is too much big and takes time to arrive. Well, in this case, it's better to have during your path, some small milestone. Think about an island, okay? Think like the island right there is your main goal, okay? But it's pretty far. So between where you are standing right now and the main island, you should have small islands to rest a little bit, to enjoy the small milestones, the small achievements. So think like that. Story shorts. 2. Desire in the starting point of all achievement. You can get what you seek as long as you hold on to your desires, yet this doesn't mean you should decide the outcome. For example, merely wishing for money will get you nowhere. That's exactly what we said before. Instead, you must become obsessive about making effective plans and goals. Okay? Okay. Before we go through, if you're enjoying this podcast, please consider taking just 3 seconds to share it with someone else. It is a small gesture that could make a big difference in someone's day. Now, sit back and enjoy the rest of the episode. Okay, so the following steps will help you plan your way to becoming wealthy. First, decide how much money you want to earn. This should be precise, even to the exact dollar. Second, determine what you are willing to give to receive this amount of money. 3. Choose a date by which you aim to have obtained all this money. 4. Create a detailed plan of how you will reach this goal and consider what you can do right now. 5. Write above in a clear statement. 6. Finally, make sure you read this statement aloud twice a day. This is a beautiful formula. I tell you guys, I have a problem. I always had a problem with the third point. Choose a date by which you aim to have obtained all this money. simply I have a problem about it, simply because I am afraid myself to be disappointed. Okay, so I'm afraid myself to be disappointed. So when I reach exactly that date, it's maybe I don't get what I wished for that date. But this is wrong. This is wrong also from my side, simply because between now and later, so between me now and later, in a second instance, once I reach that date, the person has also to see the small milestones that I get, that you get. So you have not to be disappointed. You actually have to make a party about it. Like, hey, okay, I reached this date. Okay, I didn't get exactly what I wished for, but I opened the podcast, I reached 10,000 views, I did this, I interview this person, blah, 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 blah. So it has to be more, you have to see more the positive side about it, okay? When we are talking about the journey to success, it's very useful to see the full side part of the glass and not the empty one. So, successful people have faith in their abilities. There is a difference between wishing for a thing and being ready to receive it. No one is ready for a thing until he believes he can acquire it. The state of mind must be belief, no matter hope or wish. Open-mindedness is essential for belief. Also, this is a quote from Napoleon Hill. Unwavering faith is fantastic assets. Individuals with unwavering faith will do whatever it takes to achieve their goals. This is because you cannot achieve success without self-confidence. Mahatma Gandhi is an example of the power of faith and self-confidence. Gandhi did not have access to the typical instruments of power, money, and the military. Instead, he had an unwavering belief that he could lead his country, India, to freedom. This belief allowed him to influence his fellow citizens and spark a change. We're not different from Gandhi. If we can harness an unwavering belief in ourselves and our ability to attain our goal, we can achieve anything. I'm happy I read all the book, and I'm happy they wrote this example, because it was something when I was reading the book, was something I was very observing, to achieve my goals. So very nice. You cannot have faith alongside fear. Fourth point, so faith cannot coexist with fear. So once we have mastered all fears, we can have unwavering faith to grow rich. There are 6 subtypes of fear. The fear of poverty embodies indifference, indecision, doubt, worry, overcaution, and procrastination. Second, the fear of criticism embodies self-consciousness and insufficient poise. A person might have an inferiority complex, low initiative, and a lack of ambition. They may be overly extravagant. Third point, the fear of ill health triggers hypochondria, poor exercise, susceptibility, self-coddling, and intemperance. Fourth point, the fear of losing someone's love causes jealousy, fault-finding, and gambling. Point 5, the fear of old age makes us slow down and develop an inferiority complex around the age of 40. This is associated with a loss of initiative, imagination, and self-reliance. 6 point, the fear of death leads to a focus on dying rather than living. They may have a lack of purpose and insufficient suitable occupation. The 6 point is very funny, because for me is the opposite. So I can admit the fear of death. This lead me actually to a focus on achieve a certain type of success. So Also this, if you have some fear about it, try to see the positive side. Try to understand how to make that fear the fuel to achieve success. Oh my God, this is a beautiful phrase. I have to write it. So, and let's go. All fears fall under one of these bullet points. All fearful thoughts can never result in acts of significant financial gain, but we can redirect our minds away from fearful thoughts. Fear is a state of mind. As we control our state of mind, our fears no longer control us. And as I said before, in my opinion, you can use your fear to achieve a certain milestone. Point 5, our subconscious can influence our behavior. Unwavering faith is not something we are all born with. But we can learn to develop this faith over time. Autosuggestion is the most effective way of developing one's self-confidence. It involves considering particular and purposeful thoughts to influence your behaviors. Autosuggestion works by fueling your subconscious with positive goals and thoughts. As your subconscious impacts your reality, this positive message will increase your self-belief. You will start to accept that you can reach your goals. Autosuggestion is synonymous with self-suggestion. It is the bridge between the conscious and the subconscious mind. So, as well as reading important goals aloud, you also need to attach emotion to these words. When reciting affirmation, you should encourage your desire to consume you. Your subconscious mind will only instigate action when it includes emotion and thoughts. Use autosuggestion as often as you can. The more often you use autosuggestion, the more likely you are to achieve success. The following step will help you become rich. Step 1, find a quiet place where you will not be disturbed. Repeat your written statement aloud, then visualize having that money. Step 2, repeat this action every morning and night until you have a clear image in mind of all the money you wish to make. Number 3, keep visualizing these desires until you have memorized them. Shot 6, knowledge is power. An educated man is not necessarily one who has an abundance of general or specialized knowledge. An educated man is one who has so developed the faculties of his mind that he may acquire anything he wants, or its equivalent, without violating the rights of others. Napoleon Hill, that's another quote. Knowledge is one of the most critical skills for achieving your life goals, but you should throw out your preconceived ideas of how important education is. Being knowledgeable isn't tied to the degree you have. Henry Ford is an example of someone who lacked education but had a lot of valuable knowledge. Being successful doesn't require too many facts. Instead, it is more critical to get the right experiences and knowledge. Combining experience, knowledge, and strength will help you develop. Although experience is more important, we should always be willing to learn. It is easy to believe we already know enough. Still, those who can continue to expand their knowledge and experiences are most successful. You can do this by seeking new experience or going to university. You might attend evening courses or acquire practical experiences. You should always surround yourself with people who are knowledgeable and experienced. I want to stop here. You can do this by seeking new experience or going to university. You might attend evening courses or acquire practical experiences. So also this is very important, and I love it. I love what he say because it's something we already talked about it, but let's say you want to achieve a certain goal, and this goal is to become an architect, right? Of course, university is very important. Actually, maybe it's fundamental. But let's say that you want to, you want to become an expert, let's say food blogger again, and there are certain type of evening courses, so maybe you would better rather making these evening courses than think about some university that doesn't teach you the right skills to become a food blogger. You know what I mean? So be precise and targeted your new experience to get the right skills. Let's go forward. You should always surround yourself with people who are knowledgeable and experienced. We want to avoid being the most knowledgeable person in our professional and friendship groups. Instead, we want to surround ourselves with people who can help us learn new skills and ideas. Also, this is very important. If I'm not wrong, also Jim Rohn was talking about it, like be around a group of people, an environment who can teach you the right skill to get success. And this environment can indirectly or directly teach you something about it, and for sure it is more helpful than go out with people who like just to drink in a party every weekend. Story shot 7. Imagination will turn your dreams into reality. The importance of imagination. Here we talk a little bit about law of attraction, I guess. Every success story begins with an idea. These ideas spawn from people's imaginations, the creative workshops of our minds. We can use this to turn dreams from ideas into reality. Within your imagination is where all plans form. The only limitation you face depends on how much you develop your imagination. There are two types of imagination, synthetic and creative. So, types of imagination, there are 2 points here. Point 1, creative imagination. This type of imagination helps us develop new ideas. It starts from nothing and creates something unique. You can only reach creative imagination when desire stimulates your conscious mind. It's a muscle you must train. Synthetic imagination. This type of imagination uses old ideas to create new concepts. For example, Sony used the technology from dictaphones to make the first Walkman. There is no creation here because it works with existing mental material. These 2 types of imagination complement each other. Ideas are the starting point for fortunes, and they are the product of imagination. For example, Asa Candler, the founder of Coca-Cola, used headache medication approximately 140 years ago to make the drink. Candler took the recipe from a pharmacy and turned the product into massive success. Indeed, ideas can be traded where tangible merchandise cannot. Most fortunes begin when someone with an excellent idea meets someone who sells idea. When matched with desire, ideas are unstoppable forces. They are more powerful than the brains that create them. Thus, you must listen, cultivate, and develop a desire to see them true. Shots 8. Know your strength and weakness. How many shots there are here? Okay. I was just curious. So, know your strengths and weaknesses. Understanding your strengths and weaknesses is all about self-awareness. If we know our weaknesses, we can challenge them and prevent them from impacting our goals. Some of the most common themes include vague goals, a lack of ambition, procrastination, and poor resolve. Once we understand our weakness, we can improve our skill, or we can account for these weaknesses through our strength. So, let's stop a little bit. Understanding your strength and weakness is all about self-awareness. If we know our weakness, we can challenge them and prevent them from impacting our goals. Some of the most common themes include vague goals. So, vague goals, it's what we talked before about, right? So it's okay to have a vague main goal, but it's not enough to prevent unfortunate situation where you never reach your goal. Well, instead try to have a proper goal, a proper milestone, and a small milestone behind it. A lack of ambition. So in this case, you have to work a little bit on your self-esteem, I guess. But you have to be ambitious, otherwise you will never go so much far. Procrastination is such interesting thing, honestly, because the procrastination, it's more like how can I say, there is a point where we are tired because okay, I reformulate. There's a moment when you try to achieve success, you try so much hard, where we spend so much energy about it, okay? We spend energy, we spend a lot of time, we spend money as well sometimes, and we truly do our best thinking to get the desired goal in a certain time and at a certain date. When this bunch of energies and situation don't get the desired milestone, then unfortunately comes the procrastination. But the procrastination, it's, as I said, it's so a fascinating thing, because something no one talks about it, I don't know why, but if you overcome a little bit, right, then you become stronger and you can finally move forward. I see the procrastination as a big stone or a mountain. So at the start you have to climb, and you are not so much strong. You are basically weak because you are not trained. But if you go forward, even if you are tired, and then maybe on this mountain sometimes you see some grotto, you breathe in and breathe out a little bit, and then you continue, and then finally you can reach, the you can reach the end of the mountain, and finally you can totally breathe out, and you can go forward. And that's, for me, is the procrastination. It's not working, it's not walk around the mountain, because then if you see a bigger mountain, then you are not trained enough to climb it, so it's gonna be more difficult. It's more like go forward, and then maybe with the next mountain it's gonna be, even if it's bigger, it's gonna be easier for you, because you already climbed the previous mountain. That's how I see the procrastination. And I don't know, as I say, the people are afraid about this word, but for me it's very fascinating. You can also see in this way. A thorough and honest self-analysis and helps you. I don't know if you hear my Instagram notification. I hope not, otherwise it's okay. So a thorough and honest self-analysis helps you understand your strengths and weaknesses. To achieve this, you can set up a checklist of questions. Have I achieved my goals for this year? Was I always friendly, courteous, and cooperative? Did I make all decisions promptly and firmly? You should then compare your subjective self-analysis with somebody's subjective evaluation of you. Ask somebody who knows you well to discuss your strength and weakness candidly. Shots 9. Reinforce your positive emotion. So, this is a very nice shot. Our subconscious can shape us positively by providing us with strength and resilience, but it can also shape us negatively by making us pessimistic. We must train our subconscious to identify our desires and goals. We can do this by feeding our subconscious with positive and constructive feedback. Hence, we should always adopt a positive mentality irrespective of our current circumstances. We can reinforce this by surrounding ourselves with optimistic people. Shots 10. Successful people are resilient. Stick to your plans. So if you consider those who fail, it is often due to insufficient determination. Successful people are often resilient. Multimillionaires are individuals who can make split-second decisions. Still, they can also back these decisions until they come true. They're not scared of losing money and take losses with a pinch of salt. Successful people stick to the original plans despite the obstacles that arise. I mean, I think about Mark Zuckerberg, right, with this meta thing. He's losing so much money, but still he's convinced it works, and they convinced it's going to work in the future. So I hope he's right. They give their dreams the space to blossom into reality. Despite this, you should still make corrections where needed. For example, if an easy price correction will have a massive impact, you should make this change. As long as you keep your overall goal in sight, you will make the right change at the right time. Correct. How to develop persistence and endurance. Abide by these rules to make persistence and endurance habits in your life. First, produce a concrete goal that you are passionate about. So also this, have a good goal, a main goal, with small milestones and something that you are passionate about. This is all a good fuel for you, guys, to achieve success. Then second point, create a detailed plan to achieve smaller goals every go to help you towards your concrete goal. Okay, just think about these small islands. We were talking about it before. Just these small islands to have this break. This breath in and breath out, and then move forward to the next island, the next, and then next again, until when you finally reach the big island, the main goal. Third point: do not let negative opinions impact your thoughts or behaviors. This is very important. Also, here you have to not let negative opinions impact your thoughts or behaviors. You have to be certain that whatever you're doing is the right thing to do. You have to be really, really confident about your plan. It doesn't matter the competition, doesn't matter who talks to you and around you. You have just to be a big bunch of confidence, and everything is gonna be okay. If you are very confident about your plan, you are not gonna have negative opinions in your brain. Fourth point: develop strong relationships with those who can support you through difficult times. They should also celebrate your success with you. Guys, this is so important. If you are around people who don't support you, it's going to be harder for you to be confident with yourself if you have a strong mindset, very, 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 very strong mindset, that's not going to happen. But surely people who believe in you are people who can indirectly help you to have a more positive mindset. So very important. Strength of will is integral to persistence. Once you can combine desire and willpower, you are likely to achieve your goals. How easily you can persist depends solely on how much patience you have to reach your goal. Your mastermind group can encourage you to persevere through difficult times. The 8-stage approach for persistence. Here's an 8-stage approach for cultivating persistence. First, definiteness of purpose. You need to know exactly what you want as your ultimate goal. Be obsessive. Having a genuine desire for a goal means obsessing over building a fortune. Self-reliance. You must believe you can follow your plan and achieve each of your goals. Fourth, definition of plans. So your plan should be organized and thorough so that they are clear when things get tough. Accurate knowledge. Your plans corresponding goal should always be factual. 6. Cooperation. You should be persistent when things get tough. Call of your mastermind the others around you to encourage you. 7. Willpower. You should always focus your attention on seeing your plans through to completion. 8. Persistence. Your daily behavior will become a habit and then it becomes who you are. So by making courage a habit, you can overcome fear. Shots 11. The mastermind as a driving force. Accumulating money requires power. Without power, it is impossible to put your plans into action. There are 3 ways to accumulate power: infinite intelligence, accumulated experience, experiment, and research. Your mastermind group is formed of members who have the knowledge that you do not. It is impossible to get enough knowledge alone. Convert this knowledge into power by organizing it into defined plans. Through history, cooperative alliances have been essential for every great fortune. Collection of minds produces results greater than the sum of the parts. Brainstorming. At the end, we're talking about brainstorming with people who are interested in your goals. Brainstorm with people who are interested on their goals. Brainstorming, and of course, if you brainstorm with the right people, then you just get more intelligent, infinite intelligence, he says. You can accumulate experience and you can make experiment and research because you have so many inputs around you that lead you to make the right experiment. Surely most of these experiments are gonna fail, but eventually all these failures are gonna lead you to reach your main goal. Shots 12. The mystery of sex transmutation. I don't know what is this about. I don't remember in the book also. Did I do something wrong? I don't know. Okay, let's go forward. Transmutation relates to transforming one element of energy into another. Sex is our most primal and powerful drive. It is the most influential energy. Okay, that's true. Sex is such powerful desire that individuals often put their livelihoods and reputation on the line for it. But sex can be helpful if you redirect this energy into other pursuits. This may take significant willpower, but it will have a positive impact. This reminds me, I interviewed this guy, the name was Sunblack. I think the Sunblack was the surname, but I don't remember now the name. And it was a very beautiful interview, also pretty strong in an energy way, but we liked it, so it was very, very intense, but beautiful in an energy way. And he was talking about this, now that I think about it, about how much beautiful is the sexual act, but in a pure and lovely way, because has a certain energy who can lead you to reach everything in your life around you. And if, of course, you do sex in the right way, with the right person, we're talking about positive energy, guys. So that's very, very important to note. Anyway, he says also, this doesn't mean we should repress our sexual drives. Instead, we need to give this sexual energy an alternative outlet. Yeah, like I said, for example, use this energy to complement your creative abilities. Okay, so it's exactly what I said. Okay, make totally sense. Shots 13. Surround yourself with smart people. To become successful on a large scale, you will need smart people who can support you. The brain trust is a peer group of like-minded, intelligent people. They should have a common goal and be willing to develop their competences. There should be a system of checks to keep each other accountable. They are your peer group. For brain trust to work, you will need to develop a synergistic effect. This effect occurs when two people's skills combine to accomplish a shared goal. The results are better than the sum of the brain trust parts. Meet these people at least twice a week. You must also maintain a harmony with each individual in the group. The individuals within your group must be equally persistent, and they must be happy for you to lead them. This is something we said also before, right? When we were talking about brainstorming, I'm gonna go there. So brainstorming so leads to infinite intelligence, accumulate experience, experimental research, and is kind of related, and it's true. I mean, if you are around smart people, or anyway, maybe say smart people, we generalize too much, but let's say we are around people who have your same mindset, same way to achieve certain things, same persistence, consistency to as a skill to reach a certain goal, of course it's gonna be more helpful, right, to reach your own desired dream. Final summary and review of Think and Grow Rich. This book is a bestseller for good reason. It is true, I enjoyed this summary. It clearly outlines some simple tips and tricks that will help you become rich. The theories are easy to implement and well explained. Adopting the proper mindset and putting achievable plans in place are ways to achieve your goals. You should also have the right people around you to help boost morale and motivation. These theories are basic, and how you implement them will depend on your own personal goals. However, this book offers great advice for anyone with big dreams. Okay. Nice. Finished. This, I mean, it's a beautiful book. I advise you with all my heart. I read it and I love it. If you buy the book, also once you are gonna read it, there is also some beautiful part about how certain people achieve certain goals from scratch, from nowhere, and I totally advise this book. I really hope you enjoyed, because I enjoyed as well. And this. And wow, already 40 minutes. See you next time in the next episode. And I love you guys. Cheers. Here we are. Congratulations. You just finished my entire episode. So the only thing I ask is to take a moment to give Journey to Success a rating. By the way, thank you so much for being here on Journey to Success. I'm very grateful. Thank you, and see you next time.